Tonight on CTV3 News, Prime Minister John Briceño reaffirms commitment to workers' union as teachers prepare to demonstrate in Belmopan. Shots fired in Corozal, one man is injured while the suspect is at large. UNICEF Belize, Ministry of Health and Transparent BPO launch breastfeeding spaces to support working mothers. And Tracy Tager-Panton responds to court ruling. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Thursday, May 8, 2025.
It's the biggest Pro SC card of the year, as 3 titles are at stake. As lightweight champion Marvel Mundo defends his belt against the #1 contender Raheem Lambe, and flyweight champion Jeffrey Martinez faces a hard-hitting Mexican Miguel Garcia Calderon. Plus KO specialist Diego Lopez from Honduras goes toe-to-toe with Kalen Smith from Belize City for the bantamweight belt. There will also be 11 other exciting MMA fights, including a special international female fight as May Blanco from Mexico faces the Nicaraguan Lady Oscarina Lopez in what is sure to be the fight of the night. General admission tickets are only $30 and VIP tickets are $100. On Saturday, May 17th, Prophecy Fighting Championship presents Pro FC 60 Martinez versus Garcia, live from the Princess Vegas Hotel and Casino in Santa Elena, Corozal, exclusively on the Express Plus app.
Pro FC 16 is brought to you by Sherwin-Williams, DigiWallet, Corozal Commercial Free Zone, Bellikin Stout.
Electricity is essential for everyday life, but behind every outlet, a lot is happening to bring you safe, reliable, and sustainable energy. Let's start at the beginning. Independent power producers across Belize generate electricity using a mix of renewable and non-renewable resources. Electricity travels across a network of high-voltage transmission lines capable of transmitting electricity across long distances. Electricity then reaches your nearest substation, where it is adjusted to a lower voltage, making it safe to travel on the distribution lines you see in your community. From there, electricity makes its final journey from the distribution lines to your home, providing you with safe and reliable power when you need it. Belize Electricity Limited. We continue to serve you.
Have you seen Lori?
Check in at the White Lotus, where paradise turns into a playground for the privileged, and every sun-soaked moment is dripping with intrigue. Stream The White Lotus on HBO Max, available with Centaur.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7, I am Joanna Rodriguez. A shooting incident occurred in Corozal Town on Wednesday evening, May 7, 2025, leaving one man critically injured. According to reports received around 7:21 p.m., Relief and Crime Investigation Branch personnel responded to the scene along Dago Street in the Hall's layout area after information indicated that a male individual had been shot and later transported to the Corozal Community Hospital via ambulance. Upon arrival at the hospital, police identified the victim as 34-year-old Charles Idzab, a Belizean laborer residing in Zuzuk Street in Corozal Town. He is better known as Ferrell. Idzab was found suffering from gunshot wounds to his body and was immediately taken for medical attention. He was later transferred to the Northern Regional Hospital, where he remains in critical but stable condition. Preliminary investigation suggests that the incident occurred around 7:15 p.m. when Idzab was riding his bicycle along an unnamed street. Witnesses report that an unidentified individual approached him and fired several shots, causing multiple injuries before fleeing into nearby bushes. The assailant remains at large and police are actively searching for him. Crime scene technicians collected several expended shell casings from the scene. No surveillance footage was available from nearby cameras to aid the investigation. Police have not yet identified any suspects or persons of interest at this time. Prime Minister Honorable John Briceño has expressed his government's unwavering commitment to collaborate with Belize's labor unions, including teachers and public service workers, as tensions remain high ahead of tomorrow's demonstration in Belmopan. The demonstration, scheduled during the first session of the House of Representatives since the recent general elections, has garnered significant attention from the public and government officials alike. In a letter sent this Tuesday to the Public Service Union PSU, Belize National Teachers Union BNTU, and the Association of Public Service Senior Managers APSSM, Prime Minister Briceño acknowledged receipt of their concerns, while they previously outlined in a letter dated April 22nd. He stated that their issues had been carefully reviewed and welcomed their openness to dialogue, emphasizing his government's willingness to engage constructively. I have advised Cabinet to move forward with discussions, Briceño wrote, naming a team of ministers tasked with representing the government in these negotiations. The team includes Deputy Prime Minister Cordell Hyde, along with Ministers Francis Fonseca, Oscar Requena, Henry Charles Usher, and Chris Coye. The primary objective of these talks is to find mutually agreeable solutions to pressing issues facing public sector workers. Key topics on the agenda include pension reform, revenue enhancement, and cost-saving measures, areas identified from recommendations by the standing committees. The ministers will report back to Cabinet with updates, and decisions will be made as needed to address these concerns. Prime Minister Briceño concluded his message with a call for partnership, reaffirming that the government remains fully committed to working alongside the unions to ensure stability and progress within Belize's public service sector. As teachers prepare to demonstrate tomorrow in Belmopan, all eyes will be on the government's response and the potential for ongoing dialogue to resolve the outstanding issues. UNICEF Belize and the Ministry of Health and Wellness recently partnered with one of the largest BPOs in the country to establish lactation spaces for breastfeeding mothers who form part of their workforce. The initiative is aligned with the National Breastfeeding Policy, which invests in breastfeeding, demonstrating how private sector engagement enables mothers to give their children the best start in life. This morning, one of these breastfeeding spaces was officially inaugurated at Transparent BPO in Belmopan.
Of Health has been advocating for this for some years, and it's wonderful for us to have the partnership with private sector, and for a company such as Transparent, which employs so many persons, including women. It is a very good step in direction for promotion of health, promotion of the first 1,000 days, promotion of women's rights. So there's a lot that takes place with an initiative like this, and we are very pleased and happy that we can advocate and actually see this come to reality.
Where was this call center chosen?
This is, we have had wellness sessions over the years, and many private sector companies attend these wellness sessions. So Transparent made the decision to jump on board and move forward with this, and they contacted us for advice, and we were along the way to provide support, and it's, I think it's a really good achievement for them to make that step. I'm not sure about any other call centers so far, but there are other companies that have breastfeeding spaces and rooms, and also wellness rooms. So different companies have championed wellness. So this is also a part of wellness also. This is a very big step because studies have shown, our interaction with mothers have shown that workplaces play a very big role with supporting mothers that are breastfeeding. Because if the support is not there from the workplace, mothers feel their only chance is to stop. So having a workplace that supports women, supports mothers, makes us in a position where we can safely say we expect breastfeeding rates to increase, because there are opportunities now and there's more that's on the ground happening to support nutrition and breastfeeding.
This initiative, according to the company, seeks to allow their employees every opportunity to make their journey through motherhood easier while also not sacrificing their careers.
I would tell you that it really started locally. So the team here on the ground saw need. We employ a significant amount of women as a percentage of our workforce, and we saw them having to make difficult choices. And that was really the genesis of putting this together. And we put a lot of thought into it. Hopefully, as everyone has toured the facility, they see that it's a warm and an inviting place. And I believe will be a comfort to those women as they need to provide for their children in a nursing situation, and hopefully it will attract others to do the same in the community. I think many of the businesses in Belize have an opportunity to provide these type of services, and it's not that hard, especially when Belize government is so willing to partner. UNICEF has been so willing to partner and guide us through this process. We need to step up, and looking forward to see others do that as well.
Together with this initiative allowing for safe spaces for breastfeeding mothers, the company is also working on establishing a daycare within their different facilities.
So we're much further along in Seaside with the daycare, but we have plans and we've identified a location here as well. We've actually completely built out the location in Seaside. We're working through the final details with the provider, and it really, having it right there on premises we looked at outside vendors, but we thought as they utilize the service and it's right there at their facility where they work, one, they're close proximity to their children. If they need access to them throughout the workday, they have that, but also just a convenience so that it's not one more thing in their day. I think everyone knows a mother, if they work in the work field, they have 2 full-time jobs. Being a mother is often more than a full-time job, going well into the night. But then when they have a career, to not add one more step in their day that I have to go somewhere, drop off my child, and then go to work, and then be at a distance from their child. They can be there very close and have that convenience. So we think that's going to be a big plus. As soon as we get that one up and operational and everything running smoothly, we're going to replicate the same thing here in Belmopan as well.
Coming up next, court ruling reignites infighting in UDP as leadership uncertainty continues. Stay tuned.
It's the biggest pro SC card of the year, as 3 titles are at stake. As lightweight champion Marvin Mundo defends his belt against the #1 contender Rahim Lambe, and flyweight champion Jeffrey Martinez faces a hard-hitting Mexican Miguel Garcia Calderon. Plus KO specialist Diego Lopez from Honduras goes toe-to-toe with Kalen Smith from Belize City for the bantamweight belt. There will also be 11 other exciting MMA fights, including a special international female fight as May Blanco from Mexico faces the Nicaraguan Lady Oscarina Lopez in what is sure to be the fight of the night. General admission tickets are only $30 and VIP tickets are $100. On Saturday, May 17th, Prophecy Fighting Championship presents Pro FC 60 Martinez versus Garcia, live from the Princess Vegas Hotel and Casino in Santa Elena, Corozal, exclusively on the Express Plus app.
Pro FC 16 is brought to you by Sherwin-Williams, DigiWallet, Corozal Commercial Free Zone, Bellikin Stout.
Attention farmers, the New World screwworm is a serious threat to livestock, pets, wildlife, and humans. It causes yield losses, damages the quality of meat and skins, and can even kill them if left untreated. Check your animals daily. If you see any wounds on them, treat them immediately. Prevention is key. Apply approved healing and fly repellents to the navel of newborn animals after dehorning, ear tagging, or any other practice that leaves wounds on your animals to ensure your animals' well-being. If you notice worms in unusual wounds, report them immediately. Call Baja at 824-4872 or text or WhatsApp 670-7003 or call your nearest Ministry of Agriculture office. And don't forget, never transport or receive animals with injuries. Together, we will prevent the spread of this dangerous disease. This message was brought to you by Baja, OIRSA, AICA, USDA, and the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security, and Enterprise.
Every day, we access energy for cooling, lighting, and powering our electrical appliances and devices at work and at home. During cooler months, we rely less on cooling appliances such as fans and air conditioners. However, during warmer months, as the temperature and humidity rises, we use more energy to cool our spaces, and our appliances and electrical devices work harder than they do during the rest of the year. When the months become hotter, let's all practice energy conservation. Here are a few changes that you can make to manage your energy use. Check that all appliances and electrical devices are working efficiently. Turn lights off when not in the room. Unplug chargers, appliances when not in use. Turn off fans and TVs. Use energy-saving light bulbs such as LEDs. And look for the Energy Star products when purchasing appliances and electrical devices. These easy changes can reduce energy use and costs. You can also monitor your energy use during the month by reading your meter and calculating the reading using BEL's bill calculator on our mobile app or by visiting our website. Let's all save energy.
Have you seen Lori?
Check in at the White Lotus, where paradise turns into a playground for the privileged, and every sun-soaked moment is dripping with intrigue. Stream The
Have a
White
wonderful
Lotus
last day.
on HBO Max, available with Centaur.
Wednesday's High Court decision regarding claims by both opposition leader Honorable Tracy Panton and former leader Shine Barrow has undoubtedly reopened the floor for continued infighting within the party. As we mentioned yesterday, the court ruled that the expulsion of Albert area Representative Tracy Tager Panton from the UDP in August 2024 was unlawful. Additionally, the court found that the unity convention held by the Alliance for Democracy faction in October 2024 was not a national convention, rendering its decisions not binding. Now, while Shine Barrow had previously rescinded his resignation as leader of the UDP and now maintains that he still holds that position, today the opposition leader, Honorable Tracy Panton, held a press conference where she addressed the court's decision. Despite the ruling, however, Panton says the UDP is paving its way forward on the outcome of the March 12th general elections and not the October 28th convention.
There was a decision, written decision by Judge Handura of the High Court regarding the claim Shine and others against Tracy Panton and Philippa Bailey. In that decision, the judge indicated that I was not lawfully expelled from the party, and he also indicated that we made some procedural missteps where it related to the 20th of October convention, and as a result of that, the convention is deemed constitutionally invalid. It leaves the party having to make a determination on a way forward, not post October 20th though, post March the 12th. And we all know how March the 12th played out. The former party leader of the United Democratic Party lost his seat. And what the constitution of this party dictates is if you lose your seat, you cannot serve in the capacity of party leader. You cannot serve in the capacity of leader of the opposition in the National Assembly, and you certainly can't be deemed the area representative duly elected of the Mesopotamia Division.
With the October 28th convention deemed unconstitutional, however, Panton cannot legally maintain the title of leader until a convention is held to choose a leader. However, Panton says the UDP has no ultimate leader.
You know, I don't want to be unkind to the former party leader. In fact, I have a great deal of empathy for him, because what I saw on display this morning is indicative of why the delegates of this party and the standard bearers and caretakers of this party felt compelled to convene a national convention on October the 20th. As I said before, and I will say again, the situation was completely untenable. We made a misstep. We recognize the decision of the judge and we will respect it. But we will move this party forward. And regrettably, or maybe not regrettably, the former party leader has no say in how we proceed. He lost his seat in Mesopotamia. He has resigned from the party as the party leader, and he is unable to assume any decision making on behalf of the party in whatever capacity he believes delusionally he still maintains. Well, I think the leadership will be determined when we have a leadership convention. In the absence of a leader, the deputy leader is asked to take on some of those responsibilities. In the absence of a chair, the vice chair is asked to take on those responsibilities. But there is no leader of the United Democratic per se. There is a first deputy leader and a second deputy leader who will step into that role until a leader has been determined.
And following in the plan that was previously laid out, a leadership convention can be expected within the UDP in short order.
It leaves the party having to make a determination on a way forward, not post October 20th though, post March the 12th. And we all know how March the 12th played out. The former party leader of the United Democratic Party lost his seat, and what the constitution of this party dictates is if you lose your seat, you cannot serve in the capacity of party leader. You cannot serve in the capacity of leader of the opposition in the National Assembly, and you certainly can't be deemed the area representative duly elected of the Mesopotamia Division. We knew from October 20th that following the general elections, we would have to have a convention, a leadership convention, to establish the executive leadership team moving forward. Our vote at the convention was for an interim arrangement because the situation had gotten so untenable within the party that something had to be done. And we took that action. Clearly, we missed some procedural steps, and so we are now back at the drawing board as it relates to convening a legal NPC, and we petitioned for that NPC 2 weeks ago.
With the convention looming in the horizon, however, UDP Senator Sheena Pitts maintains that of the possible outcomes, Shine's leadership is not among them.
Since the Great Reset, one, there is no party leader. The former party leader not only lost his seat, but he also resigned, a resignation that you cannot take back. Two, the chairman Mr. Michael Perifete, has also resigned, and he has not gone down the same road of trying to take back that resignation. So it creates two voids in the party, for party leadership and for chair. And so what the Honorable Tracy Tega-Panton has indicated is that at the reset where we are, which we would have been in any event, and which the decision of the judge recognizes that we are to have a national convention, we are now at the stage where the leadership of the party will be configured, and once it is configured, it will go to convention for the membership to choose and the membership to decide. And it may mean that when we go there, the membership opts to choose a different person here or there, but what is clear is two things: that Honorable Hugo Pat throws his support behind the Honorable Tracy Tega-Panton and the other standard bearers and caretakers, area representatives, and two, the former leader has no standing, no locus standi to try to challenge leadership. He lost his seat. So for the first time, I can agree with the media that there are antics and shenanigans being carried on by the former leader that could be properly characterized as circus behavior, because I've been told that this morning he was properly in full form of the red nose and the colorful hair.
The feud between Shine Barrow and Tracy Panton has been ongoing for several months, and while there is no indication of an amicable solution, one notion currently circulating in the public eye is the possibility of Barrow requesting a senatorial post as a sort of payment to step aside. Now, while there is no indication on whether there is any truth to this, today the media questioned the opposition leader about this possibility. Here is what she had to say.
I am not in the habit of throwing my sensibility or my integrity through the window.
But is he requesting to be appointed as a senator?
I have no indication that he is, but if he is, he certainly would not be making that request to me.
Laura Tucker Longsworth of the Healthy Caribbean Coalition is appointed to the NCD Alliance NCDA board for the upcoming two-year term. In a recent virtual General Assembly, the NCDA's highest governing body held every 2 years, Laura Tucker Longsworth was confirmed as the Caribbean representative on the Alliance's 14-member board, which is composed of leading figures in non-communicable disease, NCD advocacy, and policy from around the world. Expressing her enthusiasm for the appointment, Tucker Longsworth stated, "It is a great privilege and honor to serve on the NCDA board. I look forward to working alongside global leaders to advance policies and initiatives that address the urgent challenges posed by NCDs, especially in the Caribbean region." Tucker Longsworth's appointment marks a significant milestone for the Caribbean community, underscoring the region's growing influence in the international fight against NCDs, which include diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and chronic respiratory diseases. The announcement also highlighted a transition in leadership with the NCDA. Leslie Ray Farrat is now set to lead the NCDA through its next phase, with a focus on impactful advocacy ahead of the upcoming 4th UN high-level meeting on NCDs. As the NCDA prepares for these critical discussions at the United Nations, Tucker Longsworth's role on the board symbolizes a strengthened commitment to inclusive, global leadership in combating non-communicable diseases and advancing health equity across the Caribbean and beyond. The United Democratic Party, UDP, has temporarily suspended its popular morning radio program, Fusting the Manning, following a fiery on-air clash between party member Moses Shine Barrow and host Alfonso Noble. The decision was communicated through a WhatsApp message reportedly sent by UDP acting chairman Alberto August. August explained that the suspension aims to preserve party unity amid a critical period of internal restructuring. He emphasized that allowing ongoing public disputes on the party's radio platform was counterproductive and could exacerbate divisions within the organization. The public back and forth airing of the party's challenges on the party's radio cannot and will not be allowed to continue, August stated. He also pointed out that live callers had contributed to the tensions, turning the show into fertile grounds for the propagation of disunity. The move comes just hours after the heated exchange between Barrow and Noble, highlighting lingering tensions within the UDP following its recent electoral defeat and ongoing leadership disputes. Here is a portion of that back and forth between Noble announced that the leader of the party, Ugo Pat, had called to pull the plug.
Let us come to terms that are mutually agreeable to everyone.
The party leader, Honorable Ugo Pat, says shut it down.
Let us come to terms
shut it down.
Let us come to terms in a way that is mutually agreeable to everyone, to reconcile and
shut it down.
August noted that the show would remain off the air to allow the leaders of the party to get the job done with minimized hindrance, signaling a temporary pause to focus on internal matters. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
Have you seen Lori?
Check in at the White Lotus, where paradise turns into a playground for the privileged, and every sun-soaked moment is dripping with intrigue. Stream The White Lotus on HBO Max, available with Centaur.
Hola, ¿estás en tu teléfono móvil ahora mismo, navegando las redes sociales, escuchando la radio o viendo televisión? ¿Alguna vez te has detenido a pensar qué es lo que le da energía a mi dispositivo? La electricidad es esencial para nuestra vida diaria, dando energía a nuestros hogares, negocios, transporte y por supuesto esa serie que no puedes dejar de ver. Pero, ¿cómo funciona todo esto? En esta temporada de What's and Whys of Energy, te llevamos detrás de cámaras, hablando con nuestros expertos y trayéndote novedades y respuestas a tus preguntas más importantes sobre la energía. Mi nombre es Emanuel Pech y te invito a acompañarnos en vivo por Facebook y prepárate para ver la energía desde una nueva perspectiva. Dale like, comparte y síguenos para ser parte de la conversación.
Belize Electricity Limited, providing you safe and reliable power when you need it.
The Belize Fisheries Department has officially declared the end of the Queen Conch Strombus gigas fishing season for this year. The season will close at the close of business today, following the achievement of the country's national production quota for the 2024-2025 period. This decision aligns with statutory regulations outlined in Statutory Instrument Number 54 of 2012 and will be formally announced by the Minister of Blue Economy and Marine Conservation, Honorable Andrew Perez. Fishermen, commercial establishments, and the public are urged to cease all conch fishing activities immediately. The season will remain closed until it reopens on October 1st, 2025. The Fisheries Department emphasizes the importance of utilizing or properly disposing of any queen conch meat currently in possession to ensure compliance with the law. Under Belize's fisheries regulations, possession of queen conch after the season's closure date is illegal and may result in prosecution. The department reminds everyone that illegal fishing activities threaten the sustainability of the species and the livelihoods dependent on it. The public is encouraged to assist in preserving Belize's marine resources by reporting any illegal fishing activity. Calls can be made to the Fisheries Department at 224-4552. The seasonal closure underscores Belize's ongoing commitment to sustainable fisheries management and the protection of its valuable marine ecosystems. In a momentous occasion that marks a historic milestone for the Catholic Church, Robert Prevost was elected as the new Pope today, becoming the first American to hold the papal throne. Standing before a sea of thousands in St. Peter's Square, the 69-year-old Chicago-born cleric delivered a heartfelt message of peace, unity, and hope, taking the name Pope Leo XVI. The atmosphere was electric as Prevost, clad in papal vestments, addressed the gathering crowd from the Vatican balcony. "May peace be with all of you," he declared, eliciting a wave of applause and cheers from the faithful assembled beneath the historic basilica. In his first public appearance after a conclave lasting 2 days, Pope Leo expressed gratitude to the cardinals who elected him and extended warm greetings to the Church of Rome. "We can all walk together towards that homeland God has prepared for us," he said, pausing to let his words resonate as the crowd responded with enthusiastic support. Switching seamlessly to Spanish, the new pontiff paid tribute to his former diocese of Chiclayo in Peru, calling its people loyal and faith-filled. His heartfelt words drew even more applause, emphasizing his deep connections to diverse communities around the world. Pope Leo also paid homage to his predecessor, Pope Francis, reaffirming his commitment to continue the values of community and compassion that have characterized Francis's papacy. "Humanity needs Christ as a bridge to be reached by God and his love," the pontiff said. "Help us and help each other build bridges." Concluding his remarks with a message of peace and reconciliation, he offered a universal greeting of love and hope. "Brothers and sisters, dearest, this is the first greeting of Christ resurrected. I would like to offer a greeting of peace to reach your families, all of you wherever you are. May peace be with you," he proclaimed, inspiring a wave of applause from the crowd. The election of Robert Prevost as Pope signifies a new chapter for the Catholic Church, blending tradition with a fresh perspective rooted in humility and global outreach. As the first American pontiff, his leadership is eagerly anticipated by believers worldwide who look at him for guidance in navigating the challenges of the modern world with faith, compassion, and hope. The government and people of Belize have extended warm congratulations to His Holiness Pope Leo on his election as Supreme Pontiff. The former Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost is American-born but based in Italy. Belize joins the Catholic community and the world in prayer for peace, unity, and hope under this pastoral guidance. We look forward to deepening our partnership with the Holy See in education and social development, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs statement said. Belize is majority Roman Catholic, but the local church is without a leader following the passing of Bishop Lawrence Tecasio in January. Auxiliary Bishop Christopher Glancy is acting as leader. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Friday, May 9th here on CTV3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening.